Championships in Lake Tahoe, Nevada. Soren Petro with you, as we have always said, the American Century Championships, which we are so fortunate to come out and be a part of. The kickoff of the football season for us, as a lot of the luminaries from the game are out here, college and pro, so we go wall-to-wall football sometimes, and we keep the football talk going right now with longtime former Kansas City Chief, Amani Toomer, joining us here in the program. What was it? Like 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
I think it was closer to a month.
A month? Okay. Longtime New York Giant, Super Bowl champion with the New York Giant, Michigan Wolverine as well. So, were you there when Jeff Chadilla was there? You're younger than Jeff, aren't you?
I was younger than Jeff. Yeah,
Okay.
he was there a little bit before I got there. Yeah.
Jeff's our boy. He comes on with the morning guys
Yes.
every week and does a great job there for the ESPN. Of course, you're working now for, I don't know what, everybody and their brother. Like, you get out, you're supposed to retire and be done, and you go to work for everybody. What, Sirius, NBC Sports Network, which we carry.
Yeah.
Hear you on there as well.
And
What
then
else?
I do Sports Illustrated. They have a show, and then I do the Giants post-game show.
Okay.
And you never know what I might pop up doing next. You know?
Man. It's just you work harder now than you did as a player, or no?
Definitely, but I don't have to worry about getting knocked out going across the middle anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't have to worry about how slow I'm getting because I can't run anymore. I just go out and do my thing.
You got cool footwear though. What are those, like sock tennies or something? I've never seen
Yeah,
those.
these are just
The latest
They're just
Nike-
Nike Freeze.
Is that what they are? Freeze?
Yeah.
They don't make them in a fat guy size, do they? They come in 4E?
Yeah, they come in fat.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll get it. Yeah, because I need some bright green Nike Freeze for fat guys.
But you know what? You can't have too bright of colors. You just can't.
Is that right?
Oh yeah.
No, that's wrong.
You can't.
No, that's wrong. That's you speaking as an African American, as a black guy. Brian McRae and Deion Sanders taught me this.
Yeah.
Deion, I interviewed one time. He was wearing like a red pinstripe suit, and I said, "Hey, can I pull that suit off?" And he goes, "No." I go, "It's because I'm fat, right?" And he goes, "No, you skin tone. You can't do it. You can't do it." He said, "White guys can't pull off the colors." He said, you got to be a black guy to pull off the colors. Now, do you agree or disagree?
I totally disagree. I totally disagree. Anybody can wear colors. I'm an equal opportunity color wearing person.
Even a fat white guy like me?
Anybody can wear colors.
Come on, seriously.
Because you know what? Colors draw attention. Because think about it. If you wear bright colors, people are going to want to look. They're going to look at that guy and think, man, he must be really confident if he can wear that color with a straight face.
Yeah, exactly. He looks like hell.
Everybody can wear blue. Everybody can wear black. But when you wear green, can you wear a little pink?
Yeah.
Can you wear a little bit of yellow?
Now, wait a minute. So turn around there. Is that Steve Spurrier with the pink and blue?
Exactly.
No, Steve Spurrier's in the bright green.
He's in the bright green.
There's confidence right there is what you're telling me.
That's what I'm saying. Because you know what?
And this cat right here in the pink shirt and blue pants, that's confidence right there. That's what you're telling me.
Exactly.
You're also looking at a former Heisman Trophy winner and a guy who goes about $160. What if you're?
That's what I'm saying.
What if
you gotta
you're-
fake it?
what if
You gotta
you're-
fake it with the colors.
What if you're a 5-0 fat turd like me?
You know what? Somebody who sees you wearing those colors is gonna say, "Man, that guy might be something special."
You know what I say?
That's all you need to get in the door sometimes.
I'm married. I ran my race. Those days are...
No, but I'm saying, but then the personality comes through. I'm married too. I've ran my race too.
Yeah.
I've ran it twice actually. I had a remix. You know what I mean? It was like the remix.
Yeah. Here that goes on sometimes. Yeah. About which one was more expensive, the first one or the second one?
Oh, the first one, but it was the best money ever spent.
Yeah, you're the program here. Amani Toomer's with us. Not where I thought this conversation was going, but we're there, man. We're there, so embrace it, right? Yes, Amani Toomer's with us here in the program. I was joking around about you being a longtime chief. It was about a month, but it had to be a freaky month. I mean, come on. The Haley Pioli thing, I don't know when it went sideways, but it got sideways in a hurry. You were there in their first year together, when they were first putting the band together.
Yes.
A lot of expat coaches in there. With Todd Haley, who was a Bill Parcells guy, who's, of course, the father-in-law for Scott Pioli, so I'm sure there was some, hey, Haley's your guy, he'll do a good job. It was a weird kind of vibe going, and we were coming out of a long time, basically 20-year run of Carl Peterson running the organization, so it was a really big culture shock for Chiefs fans, for Chiefs media and everything. What was it like going from the New York Giants with Tom Coughlin to to the Pioli-Haley Chiefs for that month you were here?
It was a stressful time because you knew that there was a lot of upheaval, and you could just feel it as you walked onto the practice field. You had guys going entirely too hard during training camp because they were really trying to not only make the league, not only make the team, but make the league, because they were coming off a 3-13 season, or a season that they didn't win over 5 games before the year before.
2-14, yeah.
And if you're a free agent coming from a 2-14 team, I don't think any teams are really going to be beating down your door. So usually you're trying to just stay in the league, and there was a lot of guys that were on the fringe there. I remember, some practices, the guys would just take shots at Matt Castle, during practice. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, if we're going to get anywhere, it's probably going to be our best bet to have Matt Castle stand up and be upright.
Right.
And then, you put all this weird pressure on Matt Castle when he just played one preseason game. I thought it was weird. And then, one thing about Matt Castle was he was really affected by the pressure that the team was putting on him and that the media was putting on him.
Oh, you think?
I think he was, and I couldn't understand why.
You're talking to a guy who had his boss called by his agent.
Yes.
Because I asked a question of him. When he was paid to be on the station.
Well, one thing about it is
what I'm saying is you're not charting new waters with this guy.
Yeah, and the thing about that I knew when he wasn't going to be the quarterback for the Chiefs was when I walked in the locker room one day and they had a whole big story about how he wasn't performing well in the preseason. If I just got $63 million, I don't think I would care what anybody said.
Yeah, exactly.
I would just go out there and play.
Yeah.
And he should have enjoyed it so much, and he didn't, and it was noticeable to other people in the locker room. And coming from playing with a guy like Eli Manning, who couldn't care if he threw 10 interceptions, he threw 10 touchdowns, he was always going to be the same person, that was a shock to me.
Wow, that's interesting because, and obviously, I assume it probably harkens back to the fact that he never really played even at USC. And then comes into the league, seventh round pick. And then you'd think he'd be, he's playing with house money. That he'd be Mr. Easy going across the board.
You'd think. $63 million, there wouldn't be too much the coach could tell me to get my heart rate up. My blood pressure, I'd be around 50 the whole game. Because I know I'm getting $63 million.
Oh, man. There wasn't another team in the league that was going to give him that. He found it.
Close.
He found a home with Scott Pioli. What was Scott Pioli like your time there?
I didn't really have much contact with him, but it was not a time where that I would look back on my NFL career and say that was, those weren't the good old days. Let's say that.
Was it just because your career was coming to an end, or was he kind of a different cat than what you've been used to in NFL circles?
It was different. I remember we had one time where I think Dwayne Bowe had missed some sort of run or something. He was overweight and he had to do something before practice.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And we were all sitting around after, and then we went to practice, and we came after practice, and we had our little meeting, and our wide receiver coach was telling, Dwayne Bowe he needed to, go to do the extra workout because he was overweight or something like that. And then Scott Pioli comes in our little wide receiver breakdown after practice, and he starts berating him in front of all of us. I'm sitting there thinking, I don't really need to see this. This should be an A and B conversation.
Right.
So that was a little strange, and then after that.
So a guy who preached so much about was so consumed by not letting, like, ex-players couldn't come in anymore. I wasn't aware. The business office people had to draw their shades. Could not have their shades had to be drawn when practice was going on, so that they couldn't see the practice field.
Yeah, that's
because he was so consumed by somebody, which says to me, the Patriots had people in other teams that were watching practice and calling him, giving him notes. That's what it says to me.
Yeah.
That everything that you think about the Patriots is probably true, until proven otherwise.
Yeah. Well, they haven't won a Super Bowl since then, so hey.
Yeah. So and then all this goes on. And yet, then you're telling me behind closed doors it was bombs away. None of that applied to him. He didn't keep it in house.
It was strange, man.
Wow.
He made sure that he had his nose, he had his thumbprint on everything there, and it was evident. And I was only there for a month, so my experience was limited.
And it was very early in his tenure. Who knows? Things may have changed.
Yeah, I'm sure things changed, but it was a turbulent time.
How about, did you ever see the dynamics of Todd Haley and Scott Pioli and how they worked together?
No, but I saw the dynamics between Larry Johnson and Todd Haley.
And then what was that like?
Oh, it was contentious because Todd Haley would come before practice and he'd talk to everybody, whatever. He'd kind of make fun of guys. And then I think Larry Johnson called him out one day. He's like, "Hey, weren't you a golfer in college?" He said, "My dad's more qualified to be the head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs than you." I don't think that went over too well. I don't think he was too much longer on that team.
Yeah, I'm curious how I think he actually started 8 games. I think.
Did he?
It was horrible for the final turned to Jamal Charles.
Jamal Charles was fantastic, by the way.
Is he a stud or what?
He was unbelievable.
I'm curious, when a guy says that, when Larry Johnson says that, he references dad a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great that his dad was a big part of his life. And his dad's an accomplished football coach, Penn State, D-line coach. But I always kind of thought that at some point some of his teammates would be like, "Dude, enough." All right? That like, it was always about that he pulled that card a lot.
He was a strange guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a strange guy in general, and so I don't know if he would have that much effect on the team because I just thought he was a strange dude.
Yeah. Okay.
Some guys you follow, some guys you just say, "Oh, he's a great player," but
yeah.
Let's leave it at that.
Yeah, and when you're not a great player anymore, when you hurt your foot and you can't do it like you did anymore, then you become a cancer.
Exactly.
You're eccentric when you can ball.
Exactly.
And do that stuff. A character.
Your only currency as a football player is if you can play.
Yeah.
All that other stuff, like if Johnny Manziel goes out and play and it's not great, he's just going to be, it's not Johnny being Johnny anymore.
Yeah.
It's just going to be like, this guy just can't play anymore. He's a nuisance. We got to get rid of him.
We're talking to Amani Toomer here in the program. Dwayne Bowe, last subject. Well, what do you think he needs to do? Why do you think it just getting adjusted with Andy Reid, a new system, a new quarterback, and now second year, he had a big playoff game against the Colts, although he didn't come up with the one biggest catch when the second foot was out of bounds. It was a tough one to swallow, but I think when you're part of an offense that hangs 40 in a playoff game on the road, which maybe bitch at the other side of the ball a little bit, but that's just my theory on things. I don't know where you stand on hanging 40 as an offense being good enough in a playoff game. I know ultimately the goal is to win, do whatever it takes, but the offense was plenty good that day. Without Jamal Charles, by the way.
Well, if they hang up 40 and lost, that means they needed 50.
Yeah, I know, but still. But he had a big game.
He did have a big game.
I think he bounces back this year?
He has to. I mean, the thing about wide receiver position that a lot of people don't realize is it's a lot based on scheme. And if your scheme doesn't fit your abilities, then you're going uphill. And I think he has to figure out a way to change his game so that he can be more of an Andy Reid type of receiver. And it's going to be a hard thing for him.
All right, my final 4 one-word answers. Tell me this real quick. 4 quickies for you. LJ ever spit on you?
No.
All right, so you got that going for you, okay? Because that went on in Kansas City, but not you. Who's your Super Bowl champ?
This year?
Yeah.
Niners.
Just what you're feeling right now. Favorite stadium outside of Giants?
I like this one to Seattle. I don't know what they call it.
Okay, that's cool, Seattle. And give me how many wins do you think Chiefs will have?
7.
7. You're the man. Amani, appreciate the time. Thanks so much,